Hello everyone and welcome to another video here on the Cycling Dane Extra channel as we continue our journey through the Giro d'Italia 2025 route, and today's stage is stage 11. The stage will embark on a 185-kilometer journey from the coastal resort of Viareggio, known for its carnival celebrations and novel architecture, to the inland town of Castelnuovo nei Monti, nestled at the foot of the striking Pietra di Bismantova. While not the longest stage, it offers a blend of scenic Tuscan landscapes and challenging climbs, most notably the historic Alpe San Pellegrino. The partenza takes place in Viareggio, a vibrant seaside town on the Torean coast. After a flat opening section, the riders will soon encounter the first uncategorized climb to Montemagno at a length of 3 kilometers and 4.4% average gradient. A relatively short climb, but this early rise will serve as a gentle warm-up before a significant stretch of flatter terrain. The profile does indicate a considerable flat section for 10 kilometers as the race heads inland, passing through the rolling Tuscan countryside, and the next challenge for them is the uncategorized climb to Baraga, which peaks at around 380 meters and is 5.9% but still isn't categorized. We do have as well 46 kilometers into the stage before this, the intermediate sprint as well for the breakaway. The centerpiece of the stage is not this, but rather undoubtedly the Alpe San Pellegrino, and no, not the drink, which peaks at 1,610 meters and is a brutal ascent, 14.2 kilometers in length with an average gradient of 8.7%. And here we can see the profile itself, very hard towards the beginning. It does ease off a bit around the 4 to 5 kilometer mark, and then it kicks up again quite hard between kilometer 7 and 9, and then it has a bit of a false flat and then it kicks up again. But this climb is certainly a tasty one for the peloton and will contribute to the accumulated fatigue. The profile illustrates the sustained steepness, including a punishing 19% ramp near the summit, a section that will truly test the climbers. This climb holds a significant place in Giro d'Italia history, having last been tackled 25 years prior. The stage description highlights the Francesco Casagrande daring attack over this climb in 2000 en route to victory, and the Alpe San Pellegrino is a climb where significant time differences can occur, and its historical significance adds an extra layer of intrigue. A fast and lengthy 40-kilometer descent follows the brutal Alpe San Pellegrino, leading the riders down to the vicinity of the Senderolo, where we will see another intermediate sprint for potentially a breakaway. This also starts the next climb of the day, as the respite will be brief as the climbing resumes with the ascent up to the Toano. This climb stretches for 11.2 kilometers in total at a manageable average of 4.9%, although the profile indicates ramps reaching up to 10%, ensuring riders remain attentive. The riders will have to tackle a bonus sprint as well, which isn't on a flat surface, it comes more on a climb, and the final 22 kilometers of this stage feature undulating terrain with more downhill than uphill, allowing for some recovery before the final challenge. A gradual false flat then leads to the base of the striking Pietra di Bismantova. The final categorized climb to this iconic rock formation is a 6.5 kilometer long climb with 6.5 kilometers long with an average gradient of 5.2 to 5.8%, cresting just 5 kilometers before the finish in Castelnuovo nei Monti. The profile shows a consistent climb followed by a short descent. The final stretch into the town features a rolling terrain with the last kilometer averaging around 4%, and we can also see from the overhead shot that in those last 5 kilometers there's plenty of twists and turns for the riders to embark on, and just before 2 kilometers to go there is an 8% ramp, and then before the 1 kilometer to go they have another turn, and they even have another tight turn before they get towards the finishing line as well. Castelnuovo nei Monti, dominated by the imposing presence of the Pietra di Bismantova, will provide a dramatic backdrop for the stage finish, a testament to the challenging and scenic nature of this mid-mountain stage. So now we come to the interesting part, and many of you have made fun of my predictions. And for this stage, it could be a very interesting one to say the least, because of that Cat 1 climb being in the middle. So the impact of that is probably not going to be too strong. So this could be one for the breakaway. And as we have seen, Luke Plapp had a very good success taking a stage win. We still have many teams who haven't won a stage, and I'm looking at you, Intermarché 1T. Potentially Louis Meintjes can get in a breakaway move here, or someone else in that caliber to try and take the win. Lidl Trek could try and throw someone up the road as well, or even Visma Lease Bike if they have the riders for it here. If Tom Pidcock had lost more time, this would be a very good stage for him to try and do something, given his Ardennes classic background after stage 9 not going to plan. But obviously we want to see Primoz Roglic and Red Bull Bora Hansgrohe really going hard at this to try and get back that Maglia Rosa. And equally we could see UAE Team Emirates being really defensive on this one and not leaving anything up to the others. So I would say my pick for this stage win would be the breakaway, and from that breakaway I would love to see Tom Pidcock, but he isn't that far down in GC, so they would let him up the road, I think. So it could very much be similar to what we saw on stage 8 with those sort of riders, someone like Romain Bardet or even Diego Alisi, now that he's lost a lot of time again after having the Maglia Rosa. But there are still a lot of teams that lost out after that gravel stage and haven't gotten anything yet. So yeah, there's a lot of options for a lot of teams here that aren't in the GC battle, and someone like Jaco Euler to try and get another stage certainly is not out of the realms of possibility. Or even Pil Bilbao or Bahrain Victorious, who finds himself 33 seconds down, but they do have Tiberi within that team, so maybe that's not an option. But I definitely think Q36.5 are going to throw a lot behind this, and Louis Meintjes could maybe win this because he has won Grand Tour stages in the past, and I'm not sure if UAE are going to relinquish that jersey now that they have it with two riders up towards the front. So Wilco Kelderman, he came close as well. Maybe he can be up there, and Filippo Zano, of course, also taking a stage win. But that is a lot of names. But I will think that Tom Pidcock, if it is a breakaway scenario, or if it's a GC scenario, it could be between him and Primoz Roglic, or even Isaac Del Toro or Juan Ayuso. The point is, there's a lot of options, and I'm trying to cover a lot of bases here. But it certainly will be a very interesting race after that time trial. But for now, that's basically it for this video. Make sure to comment down below who you think is going to win on the stage, and make fun of my predictions as well. As always, smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, and why not check out our video on the Cycling Dane channel where we talked about Remco Evenepoel going to Ineos Grenadiers. But for now, that's it for this video, and I will see you in the next one.